certain challenges, certain fears that sometimes hold you back from doing and achieving the things that you want to achieve. In this episode, I'm going to touch on 3 little stories that demonstrate what can be done when we're prepared to face our fears. Let's dive in and have a look.
We're actually a sailing boat, and so to actually sail we have to put the sails up, and we had a little problem. One of the lines had snapped and needed to be fixed, but it was right at the top of the mast, and it's actually a long way up. Stephen saw this as a great challenge. Jared had offered to go up, but no, Stephen wanted to go up and fix the line at the top of the mast, and so he did. And so Jared was able to help winch him up, and he also looked like Captain Jack Sparrow going up the mast to save the day. He did a great job, and that really helped us get the sails up and get the wind in the sails.
Well, it's very exciting. Stephen's getting ready to go up the mast to fix the line up the top that's been broken, and Jared's come up to help us out and show us what to do. We're very thankful that he's here. Hey, what are you doing?
Well, I'm about to be hoisted up the mast to retrieve the halyard, which is stuck up the top.
What was that? Check your line.
I think it's okay.
What was it? Do you know what it was?
No. It all looks okay.
The wind's picking up just a little bit, but Stephen's still up the mast. Made it to the top. There he is. And he's just fixing the lines up there that got tangled. Unfortunately, he dropped his pliers. They went into the water, so he's up there without all his tools. But hopefully he can get done what he needs to get done.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
How was that?
Fabulous. In this story, my fear was of heights, and going up the mast is something that I wasn't really looking forward to, but what I was looking forward to was conquering the fear. And there was only one way to do it, and that was to do it. So up I went, and I've actually been up the mast twice now, and it's no longer a fear.
We actually had the oceans to ourselves. It could be because it's the middle of winter still and there was snow on the mountains. But for beginners like us, it was fabulous because we didn't have any shipping traffic to have to deal with. We didn't have to know, go on the left hand, go on the right hand, because there was no one there. Except for one little surprise that we had along the way. We actually met some of the Croatian police on the water. Yay! That was a lovely surprise.
Well, this is a bit exciting. We've just been pulled up on our first sail by the Croatian police, wanting all our documents. And Jared said that's never happened to him. But there you go. We've just handed over our passports, our boat documents, and yeah, we're just waiting to see what they need from us. And so we've just been met by the Croatian police just to check all our documentation, and they said everything is in order.
And they said, you can stay.
Yeah, they said we can stay, yay!
So in this story, my fear was a fear of rejection. And having spent 18 months working towards coming here on this adventure to Croatia, sailing with Thankfulness, to potentially have it all ended when the police reviewed our paperwork and decided that we couldn't stay, I would feel rejected and so I had a lot of anxiety and when the police boat pulled up, but I just grit my teeth. I expected a positive outcome, and that's what we got. And so what I learned yet again was that fears are often not founded in fact, and they're false expectations appearing real, and often the best way to deal with those types of fears is just to move into them. The boat went back in the water, which is fantastic because we've been out for over a week. And my plan was that they would tow the boat around, put it in the dock, and that over the next couple of days I'd go back to my training notes and refresh myself on how to reverse back in to the docks, which is how we do it over here in Croatia. Didn't quite go that way. The guy we're working with said, "Oh, if you could take the boat around, that'd be great." And I said, "Yeah, okay." So I thought, okay, we'll give it a go. So this is how we end up. We have the stern or the back of the boat against the dock, makes it easy to get on and off. So there's one, here's another one, and here's our boat. That's not the stern, that's the bow. I actually did quite a lot of practice just out in the open water of turning around and maneuvering. I started to set myself up for reversing in. The wind took the bow, swung it around, and I went in front first. But we didn't crash, we didn't wreck any other boats, and we're safe and secure, even if we are facing the wrong direction. And so what I learned was that things don't always go as planned, and we can beat ourselves up, because I felt pretty stupid actually. And all the guys are here to help with the rope, the lines and so on, and you know, there I am backwards. So I felt pretty silly, but I just reminded myself that, hey, you know what, we're alive, we're safe, the boat's safe, I didn't damage any other boats, it's actually okay, and it's not a bad first attempt considering I've never ever done it before. So there you go.
So we're giving it another go, trying to turn her around so that the stern is at the wharf. It'll be easier to get on and off. There's a couple of other guys who also went in forward, so we didn't do too bad. But now we're going to reverse in. And we are backing in. My job's fender, if it's needed. That's my job.
So we are now reversed into the berth, and I'm taking the credit. Well, I had some help. Actually, I didn't do it at all, but I'm going to do the next one.
But we're in.
But we're in.
Thanks, Jared.
Oh my god, it's like being in a roller coaster.
All right, time to head back in, I think.
There's Verbosca, and we're coming in, and Stephen's going to bring us in. I think you're going to reverse us in, is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to reverse in, and we're going to be successful.
Yes.
Slow and steady.
I love how expressive the Croatians are. Like, we can hear them from here. Stephen's going to turn around and reverse in. It's good the wind's dropped in here, so it shouldn't have too much wind impact. It's a fair bit of wind on your port.
So just keep an eye on it for me.
Yep. You're doing great. I've got the fenders ready. It's such a little spot.
this side.
Yep.
And just
Yep.
be aware of the bow.
I've got it.
How about that, eh?
That's looking pretty spot on to me, Stephen. Yep, I've got it. That big one's in the way anyway, the fender. Reverse. Well, Stephen, you got to be happy with that.
I'm very happy. Reversed all the way in, allowed for the wind, allowed for the boats. It's a very tight spot.
You made it first time.
I did.
Didn't even need fender girl on the fender.
Good that you were there though. Yeah. So that was went well, really well.
So how about fear?
So yes, I was quite fearful because lots of expensive boats around, and but having done it twice now, and both times went perfectly, getting more and more confident. My fear in this story was a fear of failure. And one of the major reasons why people give up sailing is the fear surrounding berthing, mooring, anchoring, everything to do with making that boat secure, because there are so many things that can go wrong. And when I was watching that story back, it actually looks pretty easy, but I can tell you, when you've never done it before, it's quite nerve-wracking. So I went from a position of not being able to do it and actually mucking it up, but giving it another go. My father used to tell me that it's not how many times you fall down that counts, it's how many times you get up. So I just determined that with this reversing back into the docks, that I was going to get up and give it one more go. Then I failed. And now I've done it twice successfully. Once with no wind, once with some wind, and getting more and more confident. 2,000 years ago, a guy named Paul said that he could do all things through Jesus Christ, who strengthens him. And that's something that I read many, many years ago, and I've held on to all my life, that I don't have to do things alone. That when I face challenges, when I face difficulties, when I face seemingly impossible tasks, that I'm not alone, that I can stand on the rock of Jesus in my life. And it's not just a theory, it's what I've actually done, and it's real, and it makes a difference. And he makes a difference in my life to overcome these fears every single day. It's our hope and desire that you found something in this video encouraging, inspiring, or uplifting. And if you did, make sure that you like it, you subscribe, and you click that notification bell so that we can keep in touch. See you soon.